Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK, and today I'm taking part in the Stamp Around UK video hop. So there will be a list of other Stampin' Up demonstrators based in the UK taking part in this hop. Please do click the description and check their videos out too. Our theme for this month is 3D, and coincidentally, I created this box for a craft class, so I thought I had an extra pack left over. I would use that for this video as well. Two birds, one stone. Work smarter, not harder, they say, eh? So, at our classes, we give instructions in your pack. So I've obviously done quite a lot of prep for this video in advance. So those two pieces are for my decoration, so we'll come back to them later. I have used the Christmas Tidings embossing folder on these pieces of real red card. So it's got just the most adorable little gingerbread man on it, along with parcels, Christmas stockings, tree decorations, etc. And lots of Christmassy words like tinsel and tidings and things. So gorgeous way to just add that little bit more Christmassy detail to your project. So let's get started on assembling this. So this is a piece of basic white thick card, and it measures 9 3/4 by 7 1/4, and I've already done the score lines, and along this long side I've scored at 1 1/4, 4 1/4, 5 1/2 and 8 1/2. Turned that around and scored at 1 1/4 and at 6 inches. Okay, all of these measurements will be in my blog. In fact, there'll be a link to my PDF instructions in my blog. So if you'd like to make this project, once you have viewed all of the other videos, please click on my blog link, also in the description bar, and then you can pop over and you can download that PDF all for free. So there we go. I have just simply burnished those score lines. Flip that over. I just find it easier to do it that way. And then I'm cutting up each of those score lines along both sides just to this horizontal score line. Okay, so if I do that all the way along, and then I'll flip it over, do the same. Okay. I don't want to go too far, but I do want to make sure that I've gone far enough, which is why I keep bending that bit back. And if it doesn't bend properly, I need to do a little bit more. So for instance, that's not bending. I need to go just that little bit further to there. That's perfect. Okay, so the next bit is to change these squares by taking a little wedge out of them. And as we say in class, change your squares to plant pots. Leave your rectangles alone. You could tuck them out of the way so that you don't chop them by accident. And then just take a wedge off either side. And that's just to take out some of the bulk to make it easier to fold up. It's not 100% necessary, but it really does make a difference. Okay, so we've got, take that right the way up, Heather. There we go. Okay. And then we will be ready to glue. Okay. So let's just clear some of this out of the way so we can see what we're doing. Right, so we have 3 of these tabs either side. I am going to put glue on just 2 at either side. Okay. You use whichever glue you find most comfortable. I am definitely a wet glue gal because I can then take a little bit more time to make sure I've got that all nice and neat, and I need to take that little raggedy bit off there. Fold this one round and fold that one up to form a nice neat join. Just hold it in place for a moment so that the glue gets a chance to actually stick and not continue to move around. And then these 2 need to go to the inside, so fold that up, and again just make sure you've got a nice neat join there, and the same here. So lining it up and giving it a press. All right, now I now want to add glue to these 2 pieces. And then I'm folding this part of the box over, and then I'll fold that bit up so my tab is there, and again just bring that down with a nice neat join. Doing it this way with the lid essentially closed over the box means you're guaranteed to have a nice fit. Okay, if you did feel you had any excess there to get your good fit, you can just take your snips and chop that off. All right, so this is kind of difficult to open, so to give people a chance, I put a bit of ribbon on there. You can pull that up a bit and then it's easier to open. Okay, so this ribbon comes in a pack with this burlap and real red. It's nice and thin ribbon, narrow ribbon rather, not thin. The paper scissors are not good for cutting ribbon. Okay, so close that, pop that on there, and I just used a bit of tearing tape. You could just use sellotape because we're not really using the double-sided, but my tearing tape's always handy, always on my desk. So make sure that you're putting that kind of in the middle, but don't put your tape too close to the edge because you're going to cover it with one of these pieces and you don't want your tape to be shown down there. Okay, so to decorate we have one piece that is 4.5 by 2 3/4. We've got 2 pieces for the long sides at 4.5 by 1, and then we've got 2 short pieces for the other sides at 2 3/4 by 1. Okay, so I'm just going to put these on. Because it's embossed, you probably want to use a little bit more glue to make sure that you've got it well stuck down, and be mindful of your words. They do go in various different directions, but on mine most of the words that you can see, and my little gingerbread man work better in that direction rather than upside down. Don't want an upside down gingerbread man. So a little bit of glue on these pieces, just pop them over. Yeah, I've obviously got a bit of glue on my mat, it keeps sticking. The glue on my mat's just tacky, it's not enough to cause any issues, but it's there and it's annoying me. Not enough to do anything about it at the minute. I want to try and keep this nice and short. Because it's a video hop and I want you to have plenty of time to hop round and see the other ones. There we are there. Then we've got a 1-inch strip, I think it was one, yep, 1-inch strip that I'm going to do the banner piece. So I'll bring this one back in so you can see what we're doing with the decoration. This is the pick your punch banner, something like that. Sliding that in, turn it over and just chop that. And I do that first so that I know where I'm stamping my warm wishes. Need a block. Pop that on there. Real red ink to go with my card. Light taps. Make sure we're okay with that and pop that on there. Cute. Then also in their packs they got a little piece of real red and one of basic white. So I'm using the 2 3/8 punch for that, and then the 2-inch punch on the real red. Purposefully didn't emboss that so that we could tell which one was which piece of real red was which for making these in the class. And I think that's going to be a little bit too long, so just chop that off there. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm going to pop that in the middle like that. This is where we had people going, oh, but I don't want to put it there because then it covers up the gingerbread man. So we had some adaptations in the class, which is great. I love how people use their own creativity. So glued those 2 circles together, and I'm just going to glue that straight on. Oh, that one's moved, so not quite central, but never mind. And that goes on there. And then this little guy here comes from the Beary Christmas Designer Series paper, and I did have some more before I started this. There they are. So what I did was just roughly cut them out of the Designer Series paper. I have one with a jumper left, but I'm not going to use him. I'm going to use one of these to show you. And because I made that, you know, I'm trying to preserve other bits of the paper that I can fussy cut, it's kind of difficult to get that to line up in there. So post-it note to the ready. Pop that along the edge there. And I can use that as a bit of a handle to make sure I've got my polar bear well lined up. Nearly. I'll chop that paw off. That's better. Got all these paws. Nearly his nose off. Oh, that'll do. It's not brilliant, but it'll do. Okay, and because this one doesn't have a jumper, you could decide to give him a little scarf, put a little hat on or whatever. I'm going to leave him just as he is. He's cute as he is. And we pop those up with mini dimensionals. I actually put a couple of big dimensionals on in the middle. And then I can use some of the little ones. Get my scissors are handy to kind of put them to support his paws a little bit better. This is likely to be, in fact I can do a big one there. This is likely to be a gift for a child, so let's make it as robust as we can. Okay. So little polar bear, warm wishes, and then I added some little treats inside. That's a chocolate mallow, but I just like the fact that it was in cute Christmassy wrapper. And then these are adhesive backed glitter sequins, so I'll just put a couple of them on. I did have 3 on there. I'm sure I had 3. I normally have 3. Come on. No, let's go with this. Here we are. Cute Beary Christmas treat box with a little ribbon to help you open to get into those treats. I hope you've enjoyed this. As I say, please do click on the description for this video and check out the other 3D projects made by my fellow Stampin' Up demonstrators. If you're new to my channel, I'd also love you to click on that subscribe button. Until the next time, take care. Bye bye.